The Witch's Pig. This is a Cornish folktale with great illustrations. Illustrated by Lady Macready. Now Betty Trenwet claimed the power of heal or illwish, and she was known for a witch. But her cousin Tom said she was not but a naughty old woman. He said she didn't have sense enough to be a witch. It happened one day that Betty saw a fine young pig at the market in Penzance, and she was determined to buy the pig to fatten for winter's use. And it looks like she has 2 cats. She began to bargain over the price with the pig keeper. Well, Tom was at the market and he wanted that pig too, but he thought he would let old Betty do his work for him. He watched her haggle the price down until she and the seller were only a few pence apart. 30 pence, and that's a bargain for a 50-pence pig, said the pig keeper. 23 pence and not a farthing more, declared Betty. She turned away as if she didn't care, to let the pig keeper think about his lost sale. He was about to call her back and offered the pig for 25 pence when up stepped Tom. I will give you 28 pence, he said, and rid you of that haggling old woman. Done, said the pig keeper. Tom paid over the money just as Betty came back for her pig. Too late, cousin. I have bought the sow. Tom laughed in Betty's face. Why did you interfere when I was nearly in price? Cried the old woman. You will find that sow the dearest bargain you have ever had. You will have no use of her. Betty shook her bony fingers at Tom and the pig. Grunted the pig. Over the hills, she led Tom a merry dash until he got her home. He herded the sow into the pigsty and latched the gate. Now, stay put, he said. Clever I was to get you at a bargain price. Next morning, the pigsty gate was open and the young sow was rooting in a neighbor's garden. She smoothed up potatoes with her snout. She stood on her hind legs and chewed corn from the stalks. And when Tom came after her, she ran. There she is. Tom needed half the boys of Churchtown Parish to herd the troublesome beast back into her pen again. The boys said the pig was bewitched, but Tom said all pigs were contrary. Are they? I don't know, yet. No matter how Tom barred the gate, that light-footed pig got out and scampered through the lanes. She rooted in many a neighbor's field. And Tom had to pay for his mischief she did. Oh my God. One morning, when Tom was taking his pig home again, along came Betty, knitting at a stocking, clicking her needles. Not a bit like a witch, friendly as if butter wouldn't melt in her mouth, she said.
Cousin Tom, I know how to tame a runaway pig. Better sell her to me at my price, 25 pence.
Nay, I will never sell her to you, you naughty old woman. Feed the sow better, Tom decided. Then she would stay home. For the next month, he fed the pig on corn and meal and milk, but the more she ate, the leaner and lankier she became, and she still ran away. Tom told of his troubles. At the Bird in Hand Inn, a neighbor said, "That sow has been ill-wished by Witch Betty." "Ah, her head is as woolly as her knitting yarn," Tom declared. "She is not but a naughty old woman." One day, Betty leaned over the pigsty fence, clicking the needles at her knitting. Nice as if cheese wouldn't choke her, she said,
"Well, Tom, what? Are you going to fatten that pig for Christmas? Better sell her to me, though she's no longer worth 25 pence.
The sow stood up with her hooves on the fence and looked at Betty. "Nay, you have begrudged that pig to me," Tom cried. "And I wouldn't sell her to you if she didn't fatten in 7 years." The pig didn't fatten in the next month anyway. Tom saw she had eaten or destroyed more than she was worth. To despite old Betty, he decided to sell the pig at Penzance Market. He put a rope on the pig's leg and led her down to the stream in Beaujeu Valley, where Betty wouldn't see them going. But someone saw them. That looks like Betty's cat. Oh, at the stream, however, there was no bridge, and the pig refused to enter the water. No, I can make a better pig sound. The sow sat down on her haunches. Tom picked up her hind legs and tried to trundle the pig through the water, wheelbarrow fashion, but she dug in her front hooves. Tom tried to drag her through the water, but the pig turned and bolted between his legs. Tom toppled in the muddy water. The rope slipped from his hand. Then the pig led Tom a chase across the moors, over hedges and ditches, through bogs and brambles. When at last he caught up with her on the high road to Penzance, Tom Trenworth's clothes were torn to rags, and he was very tired. But the pig gave nary a puff. She trotted along as peaceful as pudding. She squeaked, not a skunk, when Tom snatched up her rope and wrapped it around his wrist. "You went so I'll get you to market yet," growled Tom. The minute he spoke the words, a hare jumped across the road, making a little sound. Away raced the pig after the hare down the moor, dragging Tom by the rope. At the bottom was a road and a little bridge over a trickle of water that ran through a drain hole. The hare darted into the drain, and the pig dashed after the hare. Tom's arm was nearly dragged out of his shoulder, but he had a knife, so he cut the rope. The saw scuffed into the drain, and there she stuck, with her haunches poking out of the hole. Okay, Tom sized her hind legs and howled. The pig hid. She was stuck like a cork in a bottle, half in and half out of the hole. It was past noon and Tom was very hungry. Yet he didn't dare leave, for if he did, the saw might wiggle out somehow and bolt away. He went to the other end of the drain and poked a stick at the pig. He blattered and coaxed and threw rocks at the pig. Skinny she was, and struggle she did, but the saw couldn't go forth or come back. Then, "Stick there!" Tom cried in disgust. "Bad riddance to you!" Just then down the lane came old Betty, basket on her arm, needles working at her knitting, clickety clickety.
Area cousin, why are you shouting under the bridge?
She asked, nice as if butter wouldn't melt in her mouth or cheese choke her. "Have you no eyes?" Tom exclaimed. "Can't you see my pig is in the drain?"
My pig,
said Betty mildly enough.
Now will you sell her to me? She's gone to skin and bones, so she has lost her worth. But I will give you 10 pence.
Tom thought cleverly, let the naughty old woman find out for herself that the pig was stuck forevermore in the drain. Add to that price some bread from your basket, he said, and you may have her. Betty laughed.
Cousin Tom, you may learn yet to do your own bargaining. Very well, very well.
She gave him 10 pence and a 2-penny loaf from her basket. Then she called to the pig.
Chee-hee, chee-hee.
There was the sound of squeaking and scuffling, and the saw backed out of the hole, slick as a greased pig. Away she followed old Betty. Tom sat on the bridge and gnawed his bread. Sadly, he thought, never again would he call Betty Trembort a naughty old woman, not she who could take the shape of a hare. Never again would he cheat a witch to get a bargain. That's the lesson Tom learned. As for Betty, she led the pig home. There she fattened her soon and kept her for a brood sow. And many a fat piglet grew up, child to Witche's pig. And this is the end, friends.